as a garden flourishes when it is nurtured with sunlight, water and patience, people also blossom with kindness and support. Each word of affirmation acting like a drop of nourishment that helps them grow stronger and more confident.
I've been having a little think about what to talk about this morning, and I'm going to title this video Encouragement, because I think that's what I can offer people, because I seem to do it all the time, naturally. I always just want to encourage people, perhaps particularly when people don't think they can achieve something. So, I don't know, I'll start off with a little story about me. So, I left school with no qualifications. In actual fact, I think in my last year of school, let's say I didn't always turn up anyway. I hated school. I was terrified of the teachers, nervous, terrified of the bullies, got bullied, no end, left with no qualifications anyway. And I went to work in a supermarket at the age of, 15, collecting the trolleys, in fact, doing anything that the management got me to do, basically. Now, I kind of enjoyed it. I enjoyed the freedom and I enjoyed earning money. From there, the coach building company basically went bust, so that was the end of my apprenticeship, which I'd done half of. And I think I was saved, because I think it would have killed me to have stayed working in a factory. I joined the army, 3 years in the army. Now, I don't want to go into all that, because that's not what it's about. When I came out of the army, all I wanted to do was be self-employed. I'd had enough of employment. I'd had enough of people giving me stupid things to do. And I started to question these people. Oh, hang on, I thought, I don't want this. I want to have my own business. I want to be self-employed. So I went on a training course to learn to become a hairdresser. And I chose to become a barber because, to be quite honest, I didn't have the patience to be doing all the other stuff, setting people's hair, rollers, and spending ages doing colouring jobs and making people look different to their natural selves. I just love people to be their natural selves. That's all I've ever tried to do in life, is just be my natural self and get rid of all the nervous energy and the tension and the, feeling I don't come up to the mark and comparing myself with other people and being nervous of other people and being afraid of authority figures and all the... Do you know what? To heck with it all. That's where I came to. Right, that's my little rant bit. Oh dear. I've just spent the best bit of 15 minutes looking for these. And I in the end, I found them in my van. Crazy. Right, encouragement. I always say to people, if you want to start your own business, then just start doing something. I don't know, let's just say, for example, you wanted to start washing cars and cleaning cars, car valeting. Well, you don't have to start with car valeting. You could start with washing cars. At the age of 14, I used to go around the little cul-de-sac street that I lived in, and I'd tap on the door. Hello, I've decided that I'm going to do a service washing cars at the weekends. Well, I finished up with half a dozen customers, and at the age of 14, I was earning some pretty good money back then. We're talking, 45 years ago. I know people that have created fantastic, successful window cleaning rounds. Why not? It's a service. everybody's different, right? Some people are technical, they're good with online. I'm useless. I have to employ somebody else to do that for me. But whatever you've got, or if you don't think you have got something, if you look back to your childhood, early years, I'm talking like 5, 6, 7 years old, that kind of age, I'm going to ask you the question, what did you do naturally that came to you naturally to do? You didn't have to think about it and you enjoyed doing it. Back in your childhood, whatever came naturally that you didn't, you got to hear the words. You did it naturally. You didn't have to think about it and you just enjoyed doing it. Right, let's think of something. Let's choose something simple. I enjoyed being creative. Didn't matter what it was doing. Didn't matter whether it was playing in a sandpit. In fact, I'll use that. I didn't just play in a sandpit with my friend who lived next door but one to me. We were very creative. We'd build a great big mound of sand and we'd be digging into it. And we were building like houses in the hillside with driveways, and it developed into, what does Tom do for a living? And, he's got a great big lorry and here's Tom, off to work in his big lorry. And there we were in the sandpit, but we were being creative. Well, guess what my gift is? My gift is creative communication, right? Creative communication. I've been a barber for 45 years. If cutting people's hair is creative. I've been a landscaper for 40 odd years on the side as well. Being creative, creating people's gardens, doing garden maintenance. It's all creative. That's what I do. And now I'm into creative communication verbally by talking to you here. I've got some ideas. I'm going to finish with this because I don't want this to be too long. In fact, I don't want any of my videos to be too long. But I've got an idea, right? It's a new one that's come to me. I'm going to make a little brochure, and I'm going to have to get some help because I'm useless with the online stuff. And the reason why I'm saying it on this video, right, is because it's a technique that I use. I'm publicly saying that I'm going to be making these brochures, and they're going to have information, right? Good information that will help people. And I'm going to send them out as a freebie, as a thank you for listening to me and following me. So we can engage. Don't be surprised if you get a private message from me. Hi Tracy, and I just want to say thank you so much for liking and following me. And I've got some brochure on some good information about things I've been talking about. Would you like one for free? Just respond with yes, please send me a freebie. And that's what it'll be, and I'll send it to you. All right. One little story, right? So, I'm a trained barber, and I decided to build my salon to get a shop basically, and turn it into a hairdresser's, which I did from the ground up, right? Now, I did it myself, yeah. All the painting and the decorating and the fitting the shop units, and I went to IKEA and I got some relatively cheap sort of downlighting and lights on like wires sort of thing that were suspended from the roof inside the shop. Now, anyway, all the walls were painted yellow and it used to shine this lovely yellow glow, right? Lovely, warm, friendly, inviting feeling. That's what it gave. Now, prior to me opening my salon, I observed that somebody else was opening up a hairdressing salon. And when I looked at it, I thought to myself, do you know what? It looks that posh. They've spent that much money on all the fittings and things. And it was in an area where it wasn't wealthy. ordinary people, an ordinary community area of people, yeah. And I just took one look at it and I thought that salon's not going to last. It looks too posh. People are going to say, I'm not going in there, it's going to cost me the earth to get my hair done. Sure enough, it lasted 6 months and it was gone. Our salon became thriving, fantastic, and it were friendly, you know what I mean? All sorts of people used to come into our salon, and sometimes I'd just nip to the shop next door and I'd get bars of chocolate and just hand them out. Because that's how I am. Right, that's that. That's a little story. This is Phil Campion. It's all about encouragement. If you want to start your own business, do something towards it. Don't matter how small, just don't stand still. Because a ship in the harbour is going nowhere. You've got to get your boat afloat. And then when you're in the seas, so to speak, yeah, you can be influenced, pulled, pushed, guided. You never know where something's going to lead. If you just get started in some sort of small way, that's it. Landscaping the whole garden, it's a heck of a job.